Hey folks, Champesk here bringing another audio commentary today between Like and Sky. Obviously both from World Elite, and Sky's the purple human in the 10 o'clock position, and Like is the red orc in the 5 o'clock position. And obviously this is on Death Trap, sort of not the greatest of maps, but I really don't like it actually. It's a really big map, 4 players obviously, and it's just sort of a bit of a strange map. It has some weird creeps and lots of expansion possibilities, but no real fast expansion opportunities. So we're probably not going to be seeing a fast expansion from Sky, although he could creep this one if he crept a couple things first. And what we're seeing a Archmage first, obviously a fast Archmage and late barracks, or late relative for the Archmage, and immediately Like is scouting because he is going for a Farseer, and so he's going to want to go and harass immediately. And on a 4-player map, obviously, you need to know where to go when you harass, so scouting is very important, and he's not going to scout correctly the first time, but he'll get it the second time. If he and he's now building a grunt as well, and he should be putting up his next burrow soon as well. He's just needs a bit more gold at this point. And meanwhile, the Archmage is now out. No footman yet, but that's not a problem because the Sky has lots of militia. And he's going to go creep this camp here. Obviously, a very strong camp, and so the fact that you can creep it, or that he is creeping it at level 1, means that he needs a lot of militia. He's brought in, I think, 6 by the looks of it, and then there's his first footman as well. And obviously this rock golem's really important to take out, because it's throw rock, or whatever its ability is called, that's basically bolt, is so powerful. Push of greater healing, that's very nice, although probably would have been nicer against the Blade Master, but always very nice to have 500 hit points of healing. And these 2 troll berserkers go down quite quickly, and level 2 on the Archmage now, and it's quite a high level 2 as well, you can see. And meanwhile, Farseer's a bit late because I think he stopped his Farseer here while he was scouting with a wolf, just at this expansion here, so we'd know which way to go, because I guess he brought his peon back. I didn't actually see that, sorry, but I guess that's what he did, because it's the only thing that really makes sense. And Sky doing a bit more creeping here, getting a Tome of Intelligence, which is always very nice. And obviously some just plain harassment here from and already getting 1 peon kill, or peasant kill, might have been in militia form, and getting a second one there. And like I say, I'll probably get a third one here. So some decent harass, certainly, by just bringing the Farseer as far out as possible, just to sort of waste time a bit. With no tech yet from Sky, which is quite fortunate, because he has to rebuild all these peons just for economy's sake, and he's probably going to be pushing, just because if you don't expand as a human versus orc, you really want to go for some sort of tower push. Obviously not a tier 1 one in this case, but probably a tier 2 one. And just bringing in some more peons. There's a weak sorry, did I say peons? Bringing in some wolves to take out the peasants, and you can see there's a weak peasant just going in and out of the gold mine. That's a good place to put your weak peasants, because they sort of go invulnerable for a couple of seconds every couple of seconds, just so you get it's really hard to actually kill them, in comparison to if they're just getting lumber, where they're just sort of going back and forth and are always easy to kill. And an arcane tower finally up for Sky, really late there. He probably should have built it earlier, but he didn't know that a Farseer was on the table. And obviously arcane tower pretty much negates the effects of the Farseer, and looks like this peon will go down, and that's 5 peasant kills for the Farseer, which is very nice. And I imagine he's teching as well. Yes, he is. He's very near tier 2, just hit tier 2 now. Probably will be going Turn Chieftain. Yep, there we go. Just for Chain Wave, obviously so effective against human. And this footman's very low, but it looks like it will get away. Yeah, Like's actually just leaving it be. And 2 more wolves just in the base, and Sky actually not being very careful today. And looks like he's not really paying attention to this militia here. Gets very lucky. And it just ran out of time, I guess, because the resummoning of the wolves was a second later. and War Mill going up for like, so clearly he's expecting some sort of tower push because he won't want Kodos this early in the game. And no tier 2 buildings yet. Oh, here's the Spirit Lodge. No Bestiary though. Bestiary, you generally build a Bestiary before the Spirit Lodge really, but I guess to each their own, because Spirit Lodge has lower hit points, so if you're hoping to get them both up, you should probably go for Spirit Lodge first. But if you're fine with losing the Spirit Lodge, then you generally go for Bestiary first. And Torn Chieftain now out as well. So, actually no good opportunities to Shockwave at this point, not very many units. And I can't tell if, I guess, presumably Sky's going to be harassing. He's only halfway to tier 2, so no tower push yet. But this Archmage very low. We'll have to use its healing potion. Might use a TP, but I imagine we'll just using healing potion. Yeah, there it goes. Bit of a late Shockwave there, I like, hoping just to get that kill. And some peons and burrows at this point. You don't need too much lumber if you have a War Mill up. So he can afford to keep them in there for a longish time. And this Farseer is very low, having to buy a speed scroll but not use it. So just salves up. And this Archmage is surrounded but a bit by his own unit, so he can move his Water Elemental to get out. And the Farseer has his salve cancelled and almost gets a block on the Archmage, but the Archmage does manage to get away. And just a couple of peons now, Archmage comes back, but there's not really much he's going to be able to do. Ooh, speed scrolls away, but yeah, the Archmage TPs and the Farseer falls. Archmage level 3, Farseer level 1, Torn Chieftain level 1. But I think it's actually, despite losing his Farseer, it was only level 1, and Bestiary is now almost up as well. So I think this is probably looking decent for like Sky now healing up, obviously buying Scroll of Regen, and almost tier 2, yeah, just hitting tier 2 now. And meanwhile, like, I think this must be creeping. Yeah, like creeping something but very easy, an easy camp. That's quite important because he knows that Sky could come back at any point, and probably will. So you want to have your grunts high hit points and stuff just to be on the safe side. And Circle of Nobility, that's quite a nice item, just because obviously the intelligence is so important on a Torn Chieftain that any little additional matter, especially when you're not facing sort of a Demon Hunter or Spellbreakers, which he's not facing for a long time, I'd imagine in this case, because Sky needs sorceresses and priests first, and a Beastmaster second. So we're definitely going to see a tower push, I think. Obviously here 4 footmen as well going for that raider, and you have to be really careful with your first raider. I can't emphasize that enough. And because you just don't get a second one for so long, assuming you get the raider before you get the ensnare, which is sort of fairly standard practice. And level 2 on the Torn Chieftain, but he hasn't got aura yet. I guess he's just too busy trying to kill this Beastmaster. And just so much harassment now, but the Beastmaster does go down to Chainwave. Some very nice timing there, so they hit at the exact same second. But Sky really never got his act together in this game. He might come back for another push later, but he just has to be on the run now. Ensnare is probably finished, so he should probably just stay away until his Beastmaster's back, until he has a couple of Sorks up. I assume he's staying at tier 2 and not going tier 3. Yeah, he has a 1 Arcane Sanctum up, and there's his second as well, yeah, and he's just finished his first Sorceress. So we're going to be seeing some sort of push soon, because you can't really go late game against Farseer, Torn Chieftain with Beastmaster and Archmage. And these water elementals obviously just getting a bit of harassment in. Doesn't really matter if you lose them, it's a bit of experience, but it's not a huge amount. It's worth the time that you waste.